special one for you today. I've got my friend Mel in here. And she is doing the Ironman in Cairns in about 10 days. Now, she's in here because her back pain has come back. Well, it's actually a new pain. She had an old L4-5 discectomy back in 2017, totally fine. Now, because of various things like workstation setup, sitting a lot on a bike, because she's now training like 5 hours on a bike, her sitting posture is getting a bit of tightness in her lower back, and her core is not so great at the moment. So what's tending to happening is she is getting stiffness in her lower back, which is giving her pain down into her sacrum lower back. Now, she's actually got better. Initially, if you show me your flexion, when she dropped into flexion, she went like this, okay, that would give her pain in her lower back. All right, that is mostly gone from doing lots of core work and lots of extensions. But what she still lacks is her full range extension. So if you go onto your front, point your mouth. What she doesn't have is enough extension here. So people who have had a lumbar disc discectomy a long time ago, they usually come right over the years and they're all good. Her lumbar spine disc problem has not come back. What has happened is she has got tighter due to, like I said, work posture, all right, which she's fixing up. But also she's now changed from doing, say, half Ironmans to a full. Now the difference is a whole lot more time sitting on a bike, a lot more time pull, and a lot more time running. And it usually means less time for everything else, okay? So usually stretching and core work goes less. You actually have to increase it because the load is more. So if you show me your extension, Mel, so just go through your Mackenzie extension. When she comes up, she doesn't have enough range through here, okay? It's better than what it was, but it's not enough. And what that means is when she is stiff like that, and she has pain from being stiff, drop down again for me, her core is weaker. Now what's happening is her back muscle here on both sides is getting super tight. So when she's on the bike, she's getting heaps of fatigue in here, right? Now that improved, we just loosened her up and all of a sudden she feels better. We do some mobs like this, into here, get her extension better, she feels better, her extension's better. Now that's going to correlate to her spending or being able to spend more time on the bike without getting fatigue. But the pain here is not from weakness, it's from overload, okay? Think of the back is stiff and you've got some pain there. It's going to turn off your core. Now the more you sort of sit and stay on a bike or sit when you're working, the pain is because she's getting over fatigued. The brain will then use all these muscles because it's not using its core, all right? All we've got to do is one, get their stiffness better, but two, get her core better. As soon as she works on improving her deep layer core, not the outer core, she still does that, but the deep layer stuff, then that'll balance, then her brain won't use her back as much, and then she's going to find that she doesn't get the fatigue, hey presto, right? So there's two things she's doing, lots of stretching, all right, but lots of core work. Have it on your back for you, Mel. So the core that we try and work on is the deeper stuff, which is usually the harder stuff. It's the stuff that people don't want to do. It takes a bit of time, takes a bit of effort. It doesn't really feel like you're doing abdominal work, but it's super important and it's made her improved, right? So if she's going to do her deep core work, what she's got to work on is a knee float. Now the knee float is pretty simple stuff as far as the movement. She's just raising her leg up and down, okay? But she's got to do it without compensating. She's got to do it without her brain wanting to put everything on in her abdominals, like her rectus abdominis and her obliques, to try and do the job. She's got to do it with a deeper layer, which is way harder, but it's super essential because if you're going to stay on a bike, you're going to run for 4 hours, you don't want to have the outer core doing every single thing, otherwise you get so much fatigue, your back hurts. So what she's got to work on is her deepest layer of transverse abdominis has to stay on when she floats her leg. So when she does this, she's not allowed to dome her tummy out. This can't rise up, it can't suck down, it's got to stay flat across. Her mission though, for her, is can she keep this leg up, and then can she try and not do any more work as much as she can be efficient to try and bring this leg up without her trying to hold her breath and compensate. Now she's trying to work really hard at doing that, and then she puts one leg down, and then puts the other leg down. Now this may seem like very entry level stuff, but it's quite hard to go from one leg to the second leg, okay, without bracing, holding on. That's her mission, okay? So people like this who need deeper layer stuff, they've got to spend a lot of time working on, can I take one leg and then really think about not overdoing your abdominals to slowly lift that one up not hold their breath, keep breathing, keep their tummy as flat as they can. And the secret behind that is using your pelvic floor quite a bit. All right, so trying to keep that on, because that's going to be sort of almost an automatic response. It's got to go in the background. So when she's running, she's on the bike, she's in the pool, or she's in the ocean, it's happening in the background automatically. Okay, and that level takes quite a lot of practice. She'll be doing that all week leading up to the Ironman, and then once she's hopefully through all that, she'll keep going afterwards to make sure that keeps happening. So core work's essential, right? Her extension is going to move from doing those ones to leaning backwards. So let's have a look at that. So if you have a stand for me, Mel, she's going to work on extension and standing because it gives her way more sort of range, if you like, and it also makes her work harder. This could be like a kitchen bench. She's going to stand wide, she's going to lean on that. She's got to try and go back as far as she can without bending her knees and see how far she can get the stretch out of her lower back without the back pain. And she's doing not too bad. That's pretty good. And then returns. And she's just going to suss out, test that, and get more and more and more range that way, because the more extension, okay, the less stiff, the less deadaptation of your core, the less compensation of your lower back. So it all works together. This is going to be her underlying, get rid of that problem, fix the core strength problem, and then she's going to find that her back pain just drops away, and then she's away. So we're going to see what the aftermath is like once she's done the Ironman. We'll see you next time.